Good morning, Azeroth. It's the 11th of December 2024. Grab your morning beverage and welcome to the stream. With the next patch just a week out, we're going to be jumping into delves, clearing out those bountifuls, and having another go at double question mark Zekvir, seeing if we can get them down before the patch launches. Without further ado, let's get stuck in. Hope you're all doing well today. You're about halfway through the week. Keep yourselves warm, keep yourselves hydrated. You've got this. Morning, Rammies. Hope you're doing well today, bub. Alrighty, let's check out our Great Vault first. See if we get an upgrade. I can't imagine we will at this point. Where are we? 617 on the item level, so just about everything we can do is 616. Let's see. Ooh. Helmet upgrade would be better, but I can't upgrade things beyond 616. Same again with the cloak. Did the token fella let me get those upgradable crests? No. The carved ones and the ruined ones, but not the gilded ones. I think a gem. Where can he add it? Helms, braces and belts. That might actually be more useful at the moment. Especially if we're just trying to bump ourselves up for Zekvir.
My directive is to serve you.
Hang on a minute, how many of those do they have? Son of a gun. Oh, literally just the 4. Damn. Next time.
Return.
I'm hoping we get him today nonetheless. Morning, Mac. Hope you're doing well today, bub. Hey, the recipe didn't sell. Sadness. Right. Knock out our weekly fashion stuff.
The Corway must be protected.
Take your bismuth, Tarib.
Cycle.
And go. Grab the blacksmithing one.
What brings you here?
And we'll get on with his bountifuls. It's a fancy tiger. Let's have a gander. Looking for... I could do with one of these. But usually it's any with the 2 upgrade on... like that one. So we can bump up the knowledge a little bit. There's one. Oh, making me acquire the null stone. How dare you? Number 2, and then I think, can I make 6 iron claw? Can. Still very slow to level these, but again, it's not like I'm focusing 100% of my time on them. I imagine for people who are just constantly on it for the crafting, and that's like running the economies their whole game, probably a lot easier to do so. Right, make that, grab ourselves a rune for probably our last attempt. It doesn't last through death, so I can only use it for the last attempt. Let's get that handed in, then we'll head off for his bountifuls. And now, nearly every week I've done delves, I've been really annoyed by the open chests we found in them. But Mac informed me this past week that those are the chests that are in set positions. for the achievement for like discovering all of them inside. So I can no longer get upset with them, even though seeing them there already opened still irks me. I have to bear it in mind now. And see if I can keep my eyes out for a few of the others, because I definitely haven't opened them all. Now it's still going to get that halberd. More transmog for me. Very nice. Big flamey red halberd. Like more of a spear than a halberd though, game. Halberd's got the axe head. Alright, that's them done. Still a little groggy in the throat, so my apologies on that front, but I have a voice today. Wait, where's the bountiful up here? Down there. The Earthcrawl Mine. But the Nerubians then. Yeah, and we'll get these 4 bountifuls cleared out, and then we'll spend an hour trying to bring down double question mark Zekvir. I got so close last week. It was barely 2 or 3% maybe. And I just panicked and walked on front of one of them void balls. But it's certainly doable. Alright, Bran. Let's get her going. Give me that flamethrower. Oh, look at Bran. Like, here's your potion straight away. We're going to be on it today, says Bran. I don't believe him. Yeah, we know for the next patch that there's definitely going to be another delve or 2 coming with it. I don't know if they've said exactly how many, but there will be a Zekvir equivalent, which is exciting. He's not quite hit the point of Mage Tower, but this double question mark version has been challenging, which I've enjoyed. I like a little bit of aspirational solo content. I think Dells have done a really good job, especially as someone who doesn't really raid or all like that these days, of making me care about item level. I haven't cared about item level since... Ooh, Cataclysm? Oh, Brad. I know, but it summoned the Rubians right on me. So I was a much more laid-back player in that regard. It's been really good to actually give a damn about the gear game. At least a little bit. And I'm not exactly out here sweating it, and we only do delves once a week, really. I imagine it'll help us out a lot with the upcoming patch as well. Got a lot more details on what the Sirens Isle will actually be. It seems, regardless of what character we're playing... I'll grab the grabbables first. The currency is going to be 1-to-1 warband transferable, so... it'll at the very least be something to do on our other characters while we're queuing for Battlegrounds. On as main, there's several new bits to get on with as well. There's the new storylines. We're going to have a bit on the Harrenir, which I thought was part of the Sirens Isle, but it seems as though it's something separate. And also not something that people have been able to test on the PTR, so there might be some interesting revelations there. We've got the send-off to the Kirin Tor and Dalaran, seeing where all the mages end up. And then we got the Sirens Isle itself, which intrigues me.
Fantastic.
It's a good bit of reused content, like it was originally an old island expedition from Battle for Azeroth, a map that just never ended up getting used. Now, I didn't do a load of that. Again, not caring about the gear game. Island expeditions were just a piece of content I did 1 or 2 of, and then was like, I don't really care about my Azerite and my power of my necklace and all of that stuff. But I liked the idea, was interesting. I think, like with a lot of things in that era of WoW, if they hadn't tied player power to it, it'd have probably been a lot better for a lot of people. I was very curious about the PvP side of that. From what I understand, not many people played the PvP islands. You had to queue up. Not many people did it. Which is a shame. That seemed like it'd have been a fun bit of content. But otherwise, there'll be secrets, there'll be rares, there'll be mounts and transmogs, all kind of goodies to collect. New quests, which means we're going to be going through and doing silly voices the whole way through. Reading quest texts. My main enjoyment of the game is discovering new story and going through it for the first time. Come here, you nasty flying beggar. And from what I understand, you won't be able to fly on the island. There'll be like little items to help you get about, like a jetpack, stuff like that. But flying itself will take, I think I read it was somewhere upwards of 6 weeks to unlock. Like doing loads of different weekly quests and then you eventually get there. And then on the storm version of the island, which you can trigger a couple times a week, has tougher enemies, different quests. And that one you can't fly at all, even if you got the unlock. I think that'll be interesting. Again, so much of the end game and even the leveling up was just flying around at top speed, getting between areas. Especially the City of Threads didn't really feel like you could get to know the city. You weren't forced to be in there like you were with Suramar, so you kind of hamstrung itself. So it'll be interesting to see where they go for the Sirens Isle. And then what design that kind of influence is going into the Goblins of Undermine. Which we know that whole thing is going to be no flying and we're going to be focused on getting a car. Be excited to see where that leading goes. I imagine the Haranir quest must have something to do with going into the deep earth, investigating what the goblins are doing. It's like a bit of a prologue. For the 0.1 patch. Come on, Brent. Freshly mined, he says. I hope for the next patch they add more voice lines to this. Burn it. Listen, it wouldn't just be new delves either, that there'd be some changes to all the delves. So there's like a goblin rotation. I assume that just means it can roll randomly, that every time you're going to go in, it's not just going to be a new goblin one every time, just there's the chance one of the storylines will be a goblin one. Again, I'm not too sure on those details yet for the 0.1 patch. As far as we know, that's coming mid to late February. Again, I haven't been the biggest fan of goblin stuff, but the new ways they've kind of
That's more like it.
written them in the War Within does leave me intrigued. They're not quite as tropey as they used to be, but then you see them go full ham with it, like in Cinderbrew Meadery. I know I've only done the follower version, but the way that BEO and all the ridiculous silly puns kick about is actually so over the top it wraps back around to being kind of funny. So if that's kind of the vibe they're going for a chunk of that, be very curious to see. Well, I know it's only a tier 8 now, but we still can't be mucking about. No, don't shout at me. Grabbing the potions. They still need to do a better job of incentivizing any reason to do higher tiers than tier 8. Like, other than really gunning for some achievements. So I got the achievement for doing one tier 11 and was like, I don't need to do this again. I'm good, actually. Like, if the achievement for doing each delve at that difficulty once was like, here, get a transmog set. Get a recolor or an Areno set, something like that. I'd be way more inclined to give it a go. At the moment, especially as more of a solo player where my item level can only go up so high. Because I imagine once you get past a certain point, it becomes much less of an issue when item level's a thing. I don't know how they're going to tackle that with Zekvir and double question mark. I already know that I want to get him done before the upcoming patch, because that new ring being fully leveled up with a load of bonuses, a higher item level, fancy gems on it. I don't reckon it'll trivialise the fight, but it'll certainly make it a lot quicker. But then, what, 3 patches in? How's that going to work for all Zekvir? Because if people can just run in at that point and take him down, like, I don't give a damn in terms of, like, having a set bit of difficulty and it being like, well, now you can just kind of walk through it and do it. I don't mind too much. But, like, the Mage Tower, you go back to that now, the version they've got up, and it sets your item level to a certain point. I wonder if they'll consider limits like that for Zekvir and Delve bosses they do, or if it's like everything else, where eventually you will just overpower it. Which, again, I don't mind that much, but I still, as a point of personal pride, you can call it that, want to try and get him done beforehand. Again, it's well within my capabilities. Just need to not make a mistake. And sometimes it's getting lucky on how he chucks out his mechanics. Like we've seen over the past few weeks, sometimes he will fire the web spawn across the map, then do his heal. There's not always time to run back to him again. Or he'll do his heal, then do the web, and then immediately do a claw slam as you've got to it. And then it's like, well, one shot. I can't remember the exact term, but I saw someone do a video on it where it was like the way bosses queue up their abilities. There's a technical term for it, I can't recall off the top of my head. But apparently that's a more modern system where they kind of queue up in a way that's random and hard to deal with. So luck does become a bit of a factor. It's one of those things, though, where I imagine if you've got add-ons like... Oh, what was it called? So I did back in the day. Deadly Boss Mods, I think, or whatever its modern incarnation is. Would have, like, timers on all the bosses going to cast this next, and then they're going to do this, and then in 4 seconds they're going to do this, and... I imagine that will make progressing through him a lot easier for a lot of folks. Again, I'm still sticking by... Can they be bothered with add-ons? More than anything else. So I feel it's useful to get a perspective of where is just the base game? How do most people play it? As we said before, I imagine if they did like release data on how many players use add-ons against how many don't, it would be vast majority of people don't. Something in that same vein as we've said in weeks before, understanding that most players don't go and look up guides, they're not watching old YouTube videos, they're not watching someone like me, they're not watching the news, because they just want to play their video game. And the what's the word? The tertiary stuff on the side doesn't come into it. I think, especially in more rowdy online discussions and how people play, that doesn't often factor into a lot of people's considerations. I think Blizzard's doing a much better job at serving, especially with the War Within, a wider percentage of its audience on all fronts. Yeah, people are upset by Mythic Plus, but people often are, and I think most of... pardon me. From what I can gather, most of Mythic Plus's problems are player created.
That's more like it.
And just how people act. And like with anything, it won't be as overblown as I'd be worrying about. But it's certainly more than zero. And I can't imagine wanting to get in and to heal and tank such things. But like with a lot of games, you end up seeing the most toxicity either at the low end of the spectrum, like as you're getting into stuff, with folks thinking they're really awesome at the game and blaming other people rather than never having any self-reflection. And then potentially at the very top end, where people don't have a lot of patience and expect everyone to be just on top form constantly all the time. And other than what they've done recently, which is that bigger ban wave for folks who leave groups, which I think is a good idea. You've got to, at some point, have some punishment in there. Otherwise, people just don't care. There's so little accountability in online spaces anyway. If the devs can't say, here, behave like respectful human beings, or you won't be playing. Obviously, people get worried about false flags, and there are legitimate reasons to either leave a group or disconnect. Oh, my house has caught fire. Or child has woken up and needs looking after. You know, there's plenty of legitimate reasons, but I think you can just communicate that, and I don't think serial leavers tend to be folks who have legitimate problems going on. Well, we had no Zekvir show up in here. No bountiful map show up. Let's see if we get all in a loot box. Yep, that's another one for Elise. Delver's Journey was another thing people were very worried about, saying, oh, this is going to take the whole expansion to progress, but with those Elise things every week, it's been pretty quick. Let's see, Soulbound, nothing for the Enchanter here. Out we pop. Alright, Bran, to the next one. You know how Mythic players get a, oh god, what is it? When you get your keystone, I say hesitantly, to a certain level, you can teleport to the dungeon entrances to, you know, summon folks and get there quicker and all that kind of thing. I wish if I'd cleared a delve at tier 8 seems reasonable. If I clear a delve at tier 8, give me like a, I don't know, a similar room for delves. Let me quick get there. You know, if I've dedicated a decent amount of time to delves, let me get there quickly. Dread Pit. Like, it's not a massive chew-on to get to them. It's certainly not as bad as I imagine it is for Mythic players to be like, oh, I have got to go to Shadowlands for one of the dungeons in this season's rotation. Especially given Shadowlands is a bit buggy at the moment. That might actually be a nightmare. Wonder how that works. If it's bugged out and you can't actually access the place from Ouroboros, if you just need people to summon you in, assumably the summon would still work. I think I'd hear more of an outcry about it if there was. Right, Dread Pit. Coffer keys are actually starting to go down now, but how many of the... Oh, wrong button. We're alright for another week or so. And I can actually use the coins now to just buy keys if I need them, but... assuming we can... Ah! They spawned on top of me, Bran. I didn't talk with the NPC. NPC, quick. Give me the thing. Explode them. Where did the spiders come from? There we go. They're fine and disorientated now. Which means the moment one dies, they'll all explode and explode each other. Lovely. Momentary panic over with. Come here, spider. I still don't quite get the Scardin. Like, I know they're not something that came just this expansion, but I don't know, it's weird how the Void Corruption and the Curse of Flesh are separate when originally they seem to be linked together. I'm not quite sure how that all works out. I'd need to really read up on it again. It's been a while since I've done a big old lore deep dive. You that way. There we go. Magma bucket.
That's more like it.
A good one to get. Explode that group. Oop. Come here, you nasty spider bugger. Your disgusting web bolt ability. Still a lot of damage. Do need to keep an eye out for those chests as well. Meanwhile in combat, who's fighting me? Oh, the dinosaur egg. God damn it. There we go.
That's more like it.
Bran at 73 there. What level are you now, Bran? I think he's like 40 something. I wish it told me when I hovered him, because at the moment it just says, oh, he's 80. It's like, no, you're not, Bran. Clearly not level 80.
Found a bit of gold.
Oh, good for you, Bran. And we know the initial plan was every major patch we get a new companion that isn't Bran.
Get out of the way.
They've walked that back since. And they didn't say it was for like a, this would be too difficult to implement. It was more, we didn't want to be resetting the power level of your companion. Like, you've spent a whole patch cycle leveling Bran up. We didn't want a new companion to come in and need to be leveled again, and that would feel rubbish. I don't know, personally, I'd have liked to see a different companion come in. Even if somehow it was Bran, like, passing the reins. You know what I mean? Bran being like, oh, you've done all this experience with me, champion, so on the side, I've been talking to this goblin. Or who have you. And I'm giving them all my experience. I know, you're going to have a great time, champion. They're going to yell at you now rather than me. That might feel a little weird, but I don't know. More excuses for me to talk to other lore characters is always nice. Like, that's my jam. You nasty bugger.
It's too far away.
How many is this? Number 4. One more ahead. Well, I didn't check if there are any more of those Titanic Disc quests available. I don't think there's going to be. I think they've gotten to the end of that quest line. It feels like when you got to the last one, the Watcher was like, maybe I am being changed by Azeroth. And I'm going, why else would I be recording these and letting everyone know that the Titans are full of shit? You know what I mean? Like, that feels pretty much like I am ending it here. We're signing it off and... Ah! He's here! The scumbag! A couple hours early, you son of a gun. Come here. Thanks, sir. Gonna kick your teeth in. I do like this. This is the kind of thing I want more of. There's different events that come in and knock you off your game. You need to stop standing in that fear, Bran. It gets pretty silly. No spittle. Thank God he can't heal in here. Come on, get him, loader. Yeah. Give me that claw. Hey, and we got a bounty map. Nice. So for the actually, I think if I decipher it now, we get the chest at the end of this one. If we don't, it'll be the next one. I seem to remember this happening before, testing that out. So that actually gives us a bit of a gear upgrade. Or at the very least, it's the only way in Delves to get those gilded crests to upgrade our gear a little bit more. So it's lovely to see. I think you can find these bounties at the end of a delve anyway. It's just very, very unlikely. I'd run back for those supplies, but it's just going to be an ability I don't really need. It's not like it's loot. But hopefully... How many of those gilded crests do I have? Hang on. Ooh. Oh no, I have 9. That might mean I can do an upgrade. A tiny wee bit. Like, bumping up my weapon would be nice. I've got these Nerubian finery things. I keep forgetting to go and turn in. Inside the palace, Anub'Azal. He's not in the palace. Unless that means in the raid, I have to take those. Anyone currently in the chat who knows where I take these Nerubar fineries? And what I can actually swap them for?
I need to get closer.
The way it says strengthen your assault makes it feel like if it's not a gear upgrade, it's like what was it? You know, in Wrath of the Lich King, there was a buff that went out, so every week the raid got easier. It could be something like that. I don't know. But if there's a chance I can trade those in for more of those gilded crests, that'd be nice. Again, I can always have a Google when I get the Ashkahet delve done.
It's too far away. Found a bit of gold.
Oh, well done, Brad. So happy for how excited he gets. And that's all of them. Knowing, though, that we only have a single companion for an expansion, assuming they keep that when it gets to midnight,
That's more like it.
it needs to be a more conscious decision, knowing that it'll be every patch. Maybe they can record more dialogue up front. Maybe they can have that companion react to more going forward. Assuming it's not going to be someone from the Explorers League. Midnight obviously being very elf-themed. Maybe we do Elise. It should be alright, assuming they get, like, her Hearthstone voice actor actually doing it, rather than just standard elf she seems to be in Dornagol at the moment. But I'd put my money on potentially someone like Arator. Depending what happens in the story, of course, you know. Theralion and Illyria's son. Child of Light and Shadow, as the old puzzle box I think it was used to tease. It's definitely going to be a major part in the story. For Midnight and the unification of the different elf factions. Having him as a companion would probably be alright. Illyria herself, maybe if she's less involved in the main story. Like the thing with Bran being in your delves, at least you weren't seeing him throughout the expansion constantly. So I feel like if you were, it probably wouldn't feel as good. It feels like it'd be a bit much for it to be like an elven leader. Like, you wouldn't get Lor'themar or Chandris coming in with you. And I don't think they'd do more than one Delve companion. Imagine if they did one for Alliance and one for Horde, then that would maybe work, but I don't think they're going to go that far. That's a lot of extra work. When they could just do the one neutral. heroes would you like to see? Folks out there, either now in the future or in the comments. Let me know. Do you even think it'll be an elf? Maybe it will be one of the Haranir. Like, or when you're going through, it's like, oh, we've come with you. We have left our cave systems. We're exploring the world of Azeroth with you for the first time. And therefore, they're coming into all these delves in, like, the Ghost Lands. Remnants of the Scourge, maybe. Something Lynx related, I'm sure. From Mac in the chat, you turn them in for the severed threads that give you a buff that you can pick up to add to the raid. I see. As suspected, then I need not worry about them. Thank you, Mac. Hey, look, we hit our map, and there it is. The extra trove. Just chucked in there. Let's spawn that in as we go. 3 gilded. Oh, I need 3 more for that to be useful. Ooh. I don't need that. Oh no, because that would be better if I could upgrade it. The helmet will be eventually as well. Again, assuming I could upgrade it. Their warband. Bob them up there. Wick, we've got a better one. What's the problem with these two? I'll have to investigate. Oh, I got a companion. Oh, it's another one of the cute big eyes spider. Look at the gem-like eyes. It is kind of cute for a spider. Doesn't mean I want it skittering on my arm, though. And Bouncer's a very silly name for a spider.
Nice fight.
Alright, Bran, to the next one. Did that Skardin get all the way over here?
It's too far away.
Ah. Next into Hallowfall we have the sinkhole. Oh, fantastic. Time to be underwater. Emissary of War sounds like that weekly's a PvP one. I'll have to remember to grab that on as mage come tomorrow. Now, Friday, we might not have a WoW stream in the morning because I'm going to be watching the Game Awards on Thursday, and I just realised it starts at midnight here in the UK, and they'll probably have half an hour to an hour's pre-show before what's usually a couple hours gets cracked on. So we may end up taking the Friday off. If I end up being able to function on little sleep like I am today, should be alright, but again, it depends how long the Game Awards go on for. And given Blizzard did their direct earlier in the year, I'm not expecting any Blizz stuff. Certainly I'm not expecting any WoW stuff. Like maybe in a Microsoft section they have a bit of a trailer for the Undermine patch, maybe. But I think it's pretty unlikely. There are rumours. Like, very few rumours that they're doing something with StarCraft. That isn't an RTS. Rumours of like a shooter for StarCraft, which I'd love to see. As silly as the ending for StarCraft 2 was, I still very much enjoyed that franchise. And I'd love to go back and stream like the whole campaign of 1 and 2 again one day. Down the line. Did enjoy the story of Jimmy Rayner going through with everybody. And the Protoss I just think are really cool. I like how they fight. I like the idea of teleporting in units and buildings. I wasn't great at the competitive play by any means, but I had a good time with it. If you've seen the recent starting of our indie stealth game, from 2012 and a remake in 2018, Mark of the Ninja, you will have seen I'm not very good at stealth games. I got seen in the tutorial and it was a mess, but I had a good time. Playing more of that this evening. Very silly. Underwater potion. They were a good laugh. I enjoy going back and looking at all the stuff. Good to know I'm as terrible at stealth games as I used to be. But it does make for amusing viewing if you can stomach it. I know for some people when you see someone play really badly at a game, it's like, no, I can't be dealing with it. Ugh, just don't get caught. Don't be garbage. I think that's half the fun though. One of the reasons a lot of folks end up watching and rewatching like Souls games getting streamed and restreamed by folks is you can struggle with a boss and it'll take you a few hours, but someone then gets it first try. But by the same vein, there'll be a boss you do in 1 or 2 goes that someone will have been struggling with for days. That's just the nature of the beast there. For whatever reason and how you play. And I had a good time doing the Elden Ring DLC. Shadow of the Erdtree was good. I don't think I loved it as much as some people have. I think some of the repeats of bosses and stuff like that, and just parts of being out in the world that felt like we're just kind of filling space here, and this is just a dead end with a herb in it, like that kind of thing just annoyed me. But especially those big old legacy dungeons, absolutely fantastic, and boss design, and it is fresh, is fantastic. Again, stuff like seeing, what was it, like 8, 9 of those stupid fire giants all over the place, and learning the reward from them was just, what are they called? The tiers stuff? It's like, nope, I'm not going to spend my time trying to fight these. I looked thereafter, there was a gimmick to it. Oh no, you're a fake. God damn it. Like, if you somehow got up above them and threw a pot down the head, that would end the fight really quick, but you know. I still think it's interesting that it's got a running for Game of the Year. It's not the first of its kind in the Game Awards to get a nomination for being a DLC. Can't remember what the last one was. It certainly happened before, but I don't think a DLC's ever won Game of the Year. To be honest, even though I haven't played it, I'd love to see Balatro win. I love a good roguelike. I just haven't got around to Balatro yet. And I hear fantastic things about it. So part of the worry is if I did play it, I then wouldn't stop. I'd forever be locked in. Certainly one I'll get to. And the other one was, what else have we got in the running? Metaphor Refantasia? I've never played a Persona game, much as I like my RPGs. From what I hear, that's fantastic, and the people who have played it absolutely loved it. So if you're big into your Persona, I think that's a highly recommended choice. The other one was Black Myth Wukong, which was Soulsy, but I don't know much beyond that. Other than it's a mythology I find interesting. I think unfortunately it was kind of co-opted by a certain crowd of folks, which makes me a little hesitant to engage with it, but the actual game itself, outside of any ridiculous discussion on the outside, looked pretty good. Looked like there were some very spectacle-heavy boss fights. Seemed, if memory serves, it was a pretty small development team as well. And given how well it's done for itself, it'll be worth checking out at some point, probably when it's on sale. It might win through popular vote. But I think very little's going to be able to tackle Shadow of the Erdtree's popularity.
Look around. There's treasure.
I'm more curious as to what will be shown. Obviously, main thing is seeing the developers get the rewards. be commended for their hard work and efforts. And a lot of folks go in and say, oh, make them shut up. Let's get the rewards. Let's get the... Not the rewards. Let's get the trailers going. And it's like... The trailers are how Jeff funds the damn thing. You know? I get it. And I love me some trailers. I love me some hype. Especially now E3's gone. You gotta let them... get the recognition they deserved in an industry that's been chunking people down. We've just had 2 more studios do a load more firings in the past week. On the run up to Christmas, it was like another few hundred at Ubisoft got fired, and then we had People Can Fly, which are the studio behind like Bulletstorm, Outriders.
Fantastic.
They just let go of another 100 people in the lead up to Christmas. I'm of the opinion that if your company needs to cut corners like that for money, pay your CEO less. Do what Nintendo did when Iwata was still about. Put more than half his paycheck so nobody had to get fired. Do that. Or fire yourself. If your company's at a point of not being sustainable, that screams mismanagement to me. But why would the person in charge making the most money ever fire themselves, eh? Even with allegation and scandal and very clear documentation like Mr. Bobby Kotick had before the Microsoft buyout, still managed to fly away with a golden parachute and he's fine for life. But if I get into that, I'll be ranting for hours. Just a shame. There's so many hard-working folks at the end of the ladder get absolutely bodied, especially on the lead up to Christmas.
Outsiders are a welcome surprise.
No, Bram, we're not going to jump down. Not at all. Only rescued 2 of these goddamn Arathi. There's too many illusions about. And the Koibis I don't like fighting, but I like as a design. You know, like a branch of the Jinyu? And one of those Azerothian memories kind of has them fighting the Naga and how the Naga kind of pushed them out. And they had to go deeper
The Emperor rewards the faithful.
into the waters. Some interesting story building up there.
We are the warriors of the sacred flame.
I don't think we're going to get a full underwater expansion ever, but another zone like Vashir being like the Naga, the Jinyu, the Murlocs, the Gorloks, the Giblins, and the Koibis. All these underwater races suddenly in the thick of it. That'd be pretty interesting. I remember last time we've seen Giblins, which would pretty much just blue goblins with fins for ears. Can't remember where they came from. Like an obscure bit of lore. You've got a hook. You don't have a hook.
Feel the warmth of the sacred flame.
And don't have a hook. Fantastic.
We will triumph.
Still 2 Zekvir groups ahead. Oh, it me! How could they do this? Oh, I have to kill a load of me's. Go. Not as interesting as when you find like parallel selves or that mini...
Fantastic.
It wasn't a quest, but in like the spider part cave underneath the city of Threads, where there was that weird altar and you summoned like void clones of yourself and you had to go and find them across the map. That was pretty interesting. It was just a bit of flavour more than anything else, but it was still fun. Kind of wish they'd done more with it. Oh, Bran had to emergency supply because these buggers. Oh, now you do your potions after I've nearly died. Two more. Where are these remaining Zekvir packs? Well, there's one. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This might be a little many. Ooh, Bran! Need you pushing! Time to bubble! Where's the Zekvir one? Where are you? No! That one! Too many mobs. There we go. There we go. And he had to emergency supply again, but we're through. We're through.
I need a target.
Damn Koibis. Still more Zekvir.
I can't attack that.
Stupid eel. Too many again. Should be okay. Get the wings. There we go. Yeah, it was fine. Nothing to worry about. Ah! Why are you like this? Do you want to be targetable now? There we go. You know what will beat that player? I'll swim through the world. Disgraceful behavior. Straight up cheating. Mushroom.
Nice find.
I don't know who put the mushroom in the chest, Bran. Too many questions. Oh, there's the other pack. Good, good, good. Thought I'd miss one. I wasn't going to go running back for the damn thing. And then it is the illusiony fish one. Mitigate that dot. Oh, it's not a dot. Mist reduction. Come back here. Running away, eh? I couldn't blame you. Us adventurers are pretty dangerous. There are still a few threats out there that ran away. Like the, what's it called? The Decay Knoll from Dragonflight that ran away. I'm sure there's a load of old enemies that are not technically dealt with. Couldn't remember off the top of my head. You just gonna bolt spam? You are. Uninteresting. Leave Bran alone. Damn zombie. That's another one of those old models the expansion's kind of updated. Feels like different delve bosses just had different amounts of time put into them. When we came in here last week and we saw that fish for the first time shooting lightning storms all over the place, at least that's a little more interesting to dodge. This guy's just like spam bolt. Summon some zombies. Okay. I suppose you can't have every fight be ridiculous and be filling your screen. But we are on tier 8 here. I feel like they'd do a little more for this one. And we'll have to see going forwards, especially once War Within comes, not War Within, Midnight. That'll be the real showing of how they've iterated on delves with all the feedback from this expansion. The 0.1 and 0.2 patch delves will be a little bit, but not as much big overhaul dev time by comparison. And down you go. Come on.
That's more like it.
My illusions fail me. Stuff like that. Just slap a voice line on him.
Stand back while I clear this away. Time for some dynamite. Stand back.
You didn't have to tell me twice, Bren. It's not like your dynamite ever does any bloody damage. It's a gold squirming sack to throw at people. Okay. Kinda random, but alright. And big chest. Need to do.
That's more
Alright.
like it.
One more bountiful then, before we get to double question mark. Level for Bran. Very nice. Oh.
Fantastic.
You're welcome, Bran. Pretty sure his max is 60, so we won't be too far off it, but it's not like we've grinded him up. Yum. Right, and for Ashgahet we have the Spiral Weave. We'll grab that delve, swing by the Widow's place just to grab the crafting pact for the week, make our way back to Donegal, buy the necessary buffs from the auction house, like a whetstone, an elixir, that kind of thing. Still have more hearty meat and potatoes left. I do. That's me stamina and strength buff. I was wondering if they, you know, there used to be those scrolls that would buff your main stat for an hour. I wonder if they have any of those this expansion. I haven't looked. Just any edge we can get. And again, I would use the rune at the start of the hour, but the moment we die, the rune's gone. Which kind of sucks. Ah! I hate these web mines. But yeah, that makes the rune kind of like pointless. I know there's a rune that kind of comes out at the end of each expansion, like ye old Rafa Lich King one I've got here. But that's not out yet, as far as I'm aware. Oh no, I've buggered my vigor. That hasn't happened in a while. And we'll swip by the Weaver first then. Hit the pact button. Let me stamina build back up. Yeah.
Have you come to learn? May your destiny weave well.
Weaver, please.
We
Hey, how do we go?
all.
What's that down there? Notorious with the Weaver. Oh. Give me a bobbin. Thank you. A bit of gold. Sure. Gives us our increased crafting and gathering speed for the week. And off we go. Have a swig of his beverage. Now cold. Oh, sadness. Make sure you're doing the same out there. Keep yourselves hydrated. Here, right. Yep. In we go. Where you at, Bran? Oh, Cannot sell to that merchant. Then don't have the option there then. It's level 49. And I still think this Amorphous Relic is the best one we get for dealing with Zekvir. I don't like the undead one. This one's a straight up buff, but it requires me to run over more stuff, which is hard enough to do on the Zekvir fight. Additional chances from Bran, I don't like the RNG of it. That's out of combat. That's RNG. And that one's gathering. So the Amorphous one, at least it's a consistent buff. The miniature one is kind of not what I want. The movement speed's nice and the haste is nice, but it's not quite as good as getting massive. But we'll see when we get to Zekvir. I'd have to actually really review the footage to check which one does better for us. But it's not like I can really, other than going in and out of the delve repeatedly, can't imagine we can actually pick, for lack of a better term. Got me little spiders. Get these groups. Come on, Bran. Where's he gone? Oh, suddenly underneath me. Mind the bubbles. Give me the potions. There's one. Cursed Fremancer. I feel like the more monstrous races, the playable races that folks want, like ogres, Naga, that kind of thing, even the Ascended Nerubians potentially in the future. Maybe it's just a problem of rigging and getting stuff like... You see how it is with Worgen and Tauren? Like how they have to stretch the models for them to fit. And they do that like through an AI to save on dev time. They either had a dedicated team for doing that for other races, or that technology just got a little better. Maybe it'd be a lot easier to add in some more races in that regard. Some crazier stuff. Love to see it. More options is always good. That's the other thing in the patch coming. For humans, Kultirans, and Worgen in their human forms, you will now be able to pick Elfias. Show some elven heritage, be a half-elf, that kind of thing. Not a huge bit of customization, but especially for those more into the roleplay side of it, it's nice. I still don't think what little headcanon I have for old Baroque here. I don't think I'd get to the point of half-elf. I don't think that's where his story came from. To be honest, it's been years since I thought about it. All I know is at this point, he's an old bugger who's been around since the beginning. I'll set off an egg white. Oh no. Bran.
Fantastic!
Thank God you don't set any of these damn things off. We know it's almost a guarantee that Haranir will be an allied race this expansion. They've got all those options in the files like Vulpera did before they became one. Because I thought the Vulpera came in with the, what were they called? Zekvir? Zekvish? The snake people in Battle for Azeroth. I thought, oh well, if we're getting the Vulpera, then we're getting these snake people, right? And we did not. Got mechanomes, which I'm sure mechanomes have their fans, but I would have much rather had snake people. It's another one of those races that just kind of turned up, were there for an expansion, and are now gone. Obviously you can't bring it all the races back all the time, every time, but I don't know. I liked them. But in terms of player races, that's another one of those that would require a lot of work on the technological side of how do we make boots fit on Snek? Or in their case, 'cause I'm pretty sure they had regular feet. How do we make helmets fit on their giant crested heads? Oh! You look at what happened with the Zekvir. They just don't. It's like, oh, they just don't wear armor on those pieces. End of. Like, visibly, don't show it. But it kind of makes that argument redundant nowadays, doesn't it? If we can just decide that a race doesn't get to wear gear. Obviously, for the other classes on there now, you get to stay as your, like, visage humanoid form. So then it does come through. But for evokers, you're still stuck. And we certainly saw it when we were PvPing on our evoker. You don't get to have nice things in that regard. Only your belt and your shoulders, so... At that point, where is the barrier for new races? Can we just get Naga now and be like, yep, you just won't see the pants. You're just going to have a customizable snake tail with some baseline options at character creation to change how it looks. Like with the Zekvir, you get those different like armor bits. It's like your undergarments or some bonus armor. They just do something like that. Kind of completely solves that problem by sidestepping it entirely. Now maybe when they were developing the Zekvir, at some point they thought, no, we can make this work. And then they were getting to, you know, the point of announcement of really fleshing out the class. They built a whole expansion around it. And the devs there are like, we thought we could do this and we're absolutely buggered. We cannot do this at all. I can't put helmets on. I've been trying to flex these helmets with the AI. I've been trying to do it manually for days, for weeks. To stretch them over those horns and around them and to put holes in everything. And I can't do it. But maybe that's where it ended up. And to the poor dev who had to go through that, my sympathies. Good effort. Still like the Zekvir. Taliesin had that joke on one of the weekly resets where it was like all the anniversary sets came out, the Evoker got one, the armor set designer's like, yeah, and I made this really awesome set for Evokers, and you're never going to see it. And maybe that's something that can change over time for him though. Hey up, see that note? Oh my goodness! You saw it, right? It was just burning in that brazier and then teleported over. Wild new technology that stops enemies getting stuck for too long. Instead, the spider just teleports behind me, screaming, "Nothing personal, kid." I didn't miss any behind me, did I? No. Alright, monkey, calm down. Three more victims. Give me those potions. Come on.
I'm out of range.
I feel like T-Rex should probably be immune to fear from anything smaller.
Good find. Let's see.
No debuff. Get out of it. Nearly forgot. Actually have to save hostages.
What have we here?
Sod all, Bran, I imagine. Sod all. One thing I need to do as well on Barrow here, I need to put together a transmog for the Sirens Isle for next week. Should probably do that at the end of today's stream. We're looking. It's not taking me too long to do the bountifuls today. We've made good, quick progress. It'll be assuming we don't, you know, get in there and one-shot Zekvir, which you never know. Maybe. Well, assuming that doesn't happen, we should still have time. Need to do a bit of a pirate-esque bits of the Plunder Lord stuff, maybe? That yellow recolor that came through the trading post? One of them big cutlasses? Oh, got some ideas flowing. Oh, head in the game. Let's go, Brand. This one I liked. Because all the ground spikes he summons up actually remain dangerous while they're there. I wish they kind of stayed up and the battlefield just got messy. But they do not. Then he summons a load of ads that slowly come towards you. That also would be dangerous. If, after a few seconds, they didn't all die and despawn. Like, there are good ideas here. It just feels like they're being held back. And that might be a similar case of Awakening the Machine, where it's like, we're worried players aren't going to be able to do this. But on average, again, the average player is going to struggle. And so we have to tone it down. Which, again, if that's the answer, make a tougher version. Surely with Delves, when they get to a certain point, the mechanics, like doing a mythic raid, should be tougher. Have different bits to them. And that's what I'm hoping to see in Midnight, when they can really get into those changes. I see, because now the drones are coming, and I'm trying to run away from them, but all those spikes were still about, and it started funneling me into certain areas, and the drones didn't die, and they kept spawning, and more spikes kept spawning and spawning the longer the fight went on. This battlefield would get really cluttered and messy. Like, it already has this little set of eggs. That the eggs look to me like, oh, we're trying to slow down your maneuverability, but they don't really come into it. And there's starts of what appears to be a terrifying idea. Starts of it. But there's our 2 616 Great Vault slots again. And down we go. Whee! Ooh. Or for the Enchanter. Again, the Siren Isle is going to have catch-up gear. We've got catch-up gear from all these undercoins. I'm not as bothered by that. Alright. Back to Donegal we go, Bran. Thank you for your time. Oh, a bit of a stretch. Oh, pulled something in my shoulder. Oh no, we'll be fine. Alright. Let's clear out his inventory a wee bit. Double check there wasn't a disc quest. No, there wasn't. And I'm pretty sure that's done and dusted now. Garib, come here. Take me junk. I wonder what the percentage of like players who come back and sell their junk like I'm doing now. How many come and use Garib here? Who is players' go-to NPC to chuck rubbish at? Little bits of data like that I'd love to see. That's the stuff that I find intriguing. What to do first? Let me just empty my stuff into the wall bank.
My directive is to serve you.
Thank you very much for your time, Irvin.
Return.
Okay. Don't need to track those anymore. Keep Time Lord badges on there for now. Right. So it was, if I can upgrade either of these enough to the point they do better than what I've got equipped at the moment, that would technically be an upgrade. Depends if we have the silk to make it tier set bonus. I have 1 silk. So I could do it with 1 piece. 1 piece? No, we will not break out into an intro song again. First, trigger words.
What brings you?
Hello, Elise.
Farewell.
Please get your voice actor from Hearthstone. How many of these undercoins do I have? Sir Finley. 7,000. It was 580. So the Sirens Isle's catch-up gear is only 584 from what I've read. So it's not even that far ahead the stuff here if I was worried about alt. So, I'd rather have stuff enchanted. Yeah, I forgot to put the enchanted stuff in the bag. It's fine. One day I'll remember to do everything all at once.
I have calibrated my prices to be reasonable.
Yeah, section. Get in there. Still need to go and take these Shadowland buckets back. It's just having to do it on the different classes, and with Shadowlands being kind of balked right now, bit of a nightmare. And I'd have to pick a Covenant first. I can't just take them somewhere until that point. More of a chew on than I expected. Alright. We need our item enhancements.
I have an extended supply of goods.
First,
for
I need a
outlanders.
whetstone. Which is the Iron Claw one, bladed one. Grab one of those. Then we need an elixir. Not elixir, flask and vial, that's the one. I think we were doing mastery. Hang on, where's it gone? Oh yeah. Because mastery ended up being where my highest stats at the moment, so going more in on that. Okay. Yeah, there wasn't a Vantage rune for Zekvir, which is kind of be funny. Nothing in there. Nothing in there. That's the rune for an hour. Doesn't look like there's like a craftable version. There's a rep ones. Oh, the whetstones are just another, I see. An oil. Do oils... Is it either oil or whetstone? I assume I can't do both at once. They're both like an item upgrade, right? I can buy one and find out, I suppose. Chance to do that, or... That's just a flat increase. We'll buy one and find out, why not? What was the other thing that used to be like scrolls, right? Buff scrolls. Do they still exist? Do scriptures make those? Yeah, these things. It doesn't feel like... Yeah, not usable above 50. Count as an elixir. No. What happened to scrolls? Why did these get kind of sidelined? Very strange. Alright, well, we've got us food buff. We've got us whetstone. We've got a vial. I think that's everything we can get. And I've got my hearty meat and potatoes. Get to Zekvir's lair, then I'll take a quick bio break, and then we'll see if we can get him done. Ooh, look at that Christmas transmog. The big present weapon. Good luck, Santa Claus. There's meant to be an update to the Wintervale stuff as well this year. I don't think it's coming dead on patch day, which is fine. We've still got all the new story stuff to go through first. Especially something to do while queuing. I don't think I've ever looked at your inventory. You'd think someone called the Great Iron Weaver would have, like, I don't know, a blacksmithing recipe. Right. To the lair. Maybe the Haranir quest will kind of do something about all the void portal things in the sky. Or at the very least, some of the weird areas over here that just insta-kill you if you get too close. There's a bit with all the roots in the ground in here that just does you in immediately if you so much as look at it funny. That's the raid. Don't give me world quest for a character who's dead. Please. It's upsetting. Yeah, down there, and all the greeny rooty bits. Alrighty then. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly type into the chat. Quick tippity tap tap. There we go. Where's my little leaf bed? Boop. Lovely. Alright, folks. Refill your beverage, stretch your legs. I'll be right back with you in a few minutes. But I'll see you soon. And we're back. Thank you for your patience. Let me just get wheeled in, headset back on. Oh, hey, there we go. Right, up we get, Barrow. Meat and potatoes. Get ourselves all buffed up. Get another thing with Bran, I wish we could get his food buff going the moment we get in, but he only likes to do that on occasion. Mastery flask. Let's try our mana oil. Does that conflict with our whetstone? Oh! It does. But the game didn't tell me that. Damn. That's a little oversight. Usually when you overdo an enchant or a buff like that, it usually says something, but I guess not. Alright, we'll save the rune. Let's go get him. Double question mark. Random loading screen, as sometimes happens. Again, a big selling point of delves. No loading screens, but sometimes there is. Alright, Bran.
I need to get closer.
Remember to set focus. Ooh. Remember, my horse can cleanse the poison. Otherwise, Bran can dispel the first one and then maybe every 3 if he's not feared. Let's go get him. Save our Wake of Ashes for the ad. Make sure we're always picking up all the health potions whenever we can. Go to the roar. Yeah, put Eternal Flame on myself. Thank you, Bran. And the web, because that's just almost insta death. Right, where's he put his horror? That's that. He might start healing. There we go. Dispel that. Oh, Bran had to do his emergency thing. Interrupt the heal, get out of the smack, grab the potions, get out of the raw. Again, on phase 2, all of these end up being insta-kills. A lot of them do. Oh, I didn't use Wake on the egg. Just as well. No, Bran doesn't have it. Aim at the egg, what are you doing? Interrupt that, swap back. And if the egg does hatch, I can stun it. And if I'm quick, can get it down. It's not an instant wipe, depending on where we're at in the fight. Bran's got that one. There's the terror again. Oh, and he did the roll right there. See what I mean about how the moves line up? But now he's doing his healing. Just got it. Oh, Bran, you're looking a bit rough. Some off heals on Bran. This egg's gonna hatch because I buggered about. And to my goddamn bubble. Come on, get it down, get it down, get it down, get it down, go away. Okay, off heal on Bran. It's alright. Interrupt that. Off heal on Bran. Don't have ashes for it. Do not let that hit me. Spittle didn't get us that time. Ashes again. Just got it. Goodbye, Bran. Oh, he did the potions just as he went fleeing. I hate how he spins with that sometimes. Interrupt the regen. It's a little good. Again, it's not the end of the fight if he gets a heal off, but it can bring things into just an area of, oh, you're going to make more mistakes. Hate that. Hate when he spawns it right on top of you. Come on. I missed a potion as well. There we go. There we go. Okay, phase 2. Make sure Bran's topped off. Get ourselves a bit of holy power. Right, grabbing the potions. Keep Eternal Flame burning. Don't stand in them. Don't hit a single spike. Oh, that's instant death as well. The heal in phase 2 is way bigger as well. Don't stand in any of those portals because then that buggers me too. Gotta watch out for those little corner points. Son of a... When he's that far away. Because he did the roar in the middle of the room. That meant he fired that claw with the biggest range on it. And I hesitated on using a horse. Because again, I need the horses to dispel the other thing. Otherwise that buggers me as well. Not bad for his first go. Let's get him again. That's where it feels like luck comes into it with that claw smash. Also, if he just gets a random crit on me, that can do a load of damage too. Oh, no. Oh, double oh no. Well, that's an early bubble I didn't need. Hesitated picking up the goddamn potions. Oh, Bran took a beating, and therefore I take another beating. And that time it got dispelled sooner. Inconsistencies, Bran. It's the inconsistencies. The heal. Right, where's he putting the web turret? Over there. Avoid the smack. There's the spit. Just out of it. Camera gets a little close to those walls. I wish they'd had, like, not necessarily stuck in a cave, but somewhere where the camera wouldn't occasionally get upset it. Interrupt. And doesn't need a heal quite yet. Come on, start moving over, you swine. But I'll watch him in case he does the heal or the smash. Yep. Okay, there goes Spider. There goes the heal. Come on, back to the centre with you. Ow, ow, ow. Could do with them potions, Bran. Thank you. Okay, Bran got it that time. It's a little jammy. Get the heal. Mine the roar. Okay, should be phase 2 in a moment. Ow. Enough heal on Bran. The longer we can keep him in the fight, the better. Oh, you son of a gun. Took the heal a little sooner than I'd like. That's phase 2. Not bad timing to get the egg there. And sometimes it feels like you just get battered. Drop the heal. Get a heal on Bran. Okay, a little spicy. Good, and spike. Crap, where's the ball? Okay, ball's missed me. Got the egg. Oh, Bran, your health. He swung around with it. That's the heal. Oh, Bran. Don't stand in them, Bran. I need to heal Bran. Oh, he's unconscious. See all the spikes? Come on, Bran. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh. Oh, spikes. Over heal on Bran. In the web. In the balls. There comes the heal. You son of a bitch. Again, that's another one where he does it and you're just off to the side enough. Look how much health that healed. It's not the end of the fight, but it doesn't have to tilt me. If he gets 2 off, then it's the end of the fight. Where's the ball? That way. I didn't react fast enough when the balls came out. Alright. And it's that positioning where if he shoots a web dude off to the side, I need to be getting him over there, but it's that easy. I imagine for someone playing ranged, obviously you're a lot squishier, but being able to just attack those web things from off to the side feels like it'd be very useful. What the f was that? You see that? He hit me and I nearly got one shot. Ridiculous random crits. That I hate for stuff like this. The RNG side of things. I know, Bran. So have you. Spittle. Gotta have it, the potions. Good. Construct the heal. Get out of the rock. Dead spider. Horsey, the poison. If when they add Brand's tanking spec, if that'd be any useful for... If a healer would be able to do that. Oh, we have to emergency supply again. Get the heal. Oh, do some mitigation. Bran, I need those potions. Oh, he then dispelled afterwards. God damn it. And on this little ledge as well, some of the abilities just don't show up as well. Bit of heal on Bran. Oh, you have to do it again. Shot postman patient ban, that's not on me. Ooh, that's not the best timing. I need to get it quick. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. There are the spikes. Jesus. Where are those other potions, Bran? Get rid of the spittle. Here comes the spider. All the way over there. What happened again? It's just because I don't know if he's going to do the claw slam or he's going to do the heal. Don't have my horse. And try and mitigate it. See if that gets me through. Not Bran got it. My wall. No. At least he's aiming the claw smash over there this time for some reason. Oh, that's a little tighter than I'd like. And the ball. Keep going. Come on, Bran. We're alright. Okay, where's he bobbing it? See, that time he did the heal straight away. And so it was way easier to actually get a hold of. Don't stand in the bloody portals. Grab potions. Oh, heal Bran. Bit close, bit close. Christ. Okay, spider in the middle. Very good. Does his heal first. Spikes. They do so much damage to Bran. Shit. Hesitated trying to get to Bran. I should have bubbled. Should have bubbled, got Bran. Oh. It doesn't half increase the time of a run when he gets a single heal off. Especially in phase 2. Alright, alright. Let's go again. The potions. Talking it through, keep running it through. Spit, have you got that one, Bran? You do it straight away, Bran, or not at all. I don't want to waste my horse. Okay, web terror right on him. It's good. Sure we grab the potions though. Okay, it's a good time. Okay, that one's on me. Potions, please, Bran. Thank you. Up the heal. Heal for Bran. I just summoned it on the side of him. Good, good, good. Thank you, horse. Bran, don't stand in him. There's the heal. Thank you, Bran. Oh, into the corner. Oh, that back to back in the corners, son of a gun. Ooh, barely on the potions. And interrupt. Claw Smash doesn't do damage to Bran, it looks like, but the Earth Spikes then do loads to him. As they do to me, which seems fair, but not the egg, goddammit. Grab a Bran's dinosaur egg, not the one we're after. Okay, and there's the regen. Try and leave the cast as late as we can, just so he's stuck doing sod all. Grab the potions, heal on Bran. Okay, he's going into phase 2. Bring the egg down quick. Quicker, quicker. There we go. Spikes.
It's too far away.
There's the spit. Have you got it, Bran? Nope. Can't hesitate when that happens. Okay, there's the heal. There's the smash. Grab the egg. Spikes. Come on. Heal on Bran. Need to grab those potions. Have you summoned it right on you with the heal? Very good. It did it! Bubble! I bloody hate that. I didn't think I was anywhere near the goddamn things. That was the right time to bubble though. There you go, Bran. I don't get these portals. I don't get that sometimes they... Oh, it's because they shoot that little web between them. It's such a small little animation though. And it is not clear where it goes. Where he's summoning your spider. There. Heal for Bran. There's his heal. Get the interrupt. Dodge the claw. Dodge that and it's garbage. Spikes. There's the other healing potion. Oh, Bran! Lay on hands on him. There we go. Spikes. Grab the potions. Here comes the web terror. Okay, a little bit. It would have been nice if you handled that one, Bran. Oh, come on. Spikes. See the damn thing. There we go, there we go. We're alright, we're alright. Oh, that big swing around. Keep Bran up. More spikes. Grab the potions. Web terror's on the other side of the goddamn room. Trip the heal. Ooh, it's spicy. Oh, Bran, please. Oh, barely got him. Okay, dodge the spikes. Oh, that pump's happening. Don't you spawn it sodding miles away. He did. Great. Okay, shot the claw smash on the other side. There's the spit. Bran's got it. Don't get hit by that or those goddamn webs. Behind the balls. Spikes again. Off heals for Bran while he's chucking them. Grab those heals. Come on, you son of a bitch. Come on. Keep Bran alive. And the balls. Mind the webs. Do not let him heal. Spikes.
It's too far away.
That was a jammy bit of timing. Spit. And the ball. Oh, that was too close. Stay calm. Come on, Bran. No heal for you, scumbag. Bran's got that one. Yes! Wow! Let me solo him. Oh, before the release of next season. Ah, yes, yes! Woohoo! Oh, feels good. Oh. We did it!
Outstanding.
Ah. Give me that void dirigible. Actually go and customize the damn thing now. Oh, goodness me. Oh, my chest is all aflutter. Oh, last week before the patch as well. Really happy about that. Really happy about that. Woohoo! Oh, I'm going to be running on that emotional tank for a while. Bloody hell. Oh, let's go back to Donegal. Well done, Bran. Did it. I got the Ascension Breaker achievement. Or title. I'd love to put that title on, but titles are still bugged at the moment. It might be alright. Ascension Breaker. Oh. There's that toy for getting him on his shoulders for beating him as well. That's somewhere who gives a toss. Ooh. Oh, the dirigible customization isn't actually by the dirigible, it's... Oh, Flabberjack. I'd never even looked at the other customization pieces for the base thing. Sure. But then when we void, it does the full lot anyway. I mean, it's snazzy, sure. It's not a dragon. You know? It moves alright. Like how the little propellers kind of go up and down. Not really my colour scheme, but sure. I assume that's then unlocked for all alts as well to use. Oh, well, we did it with half hour to spare. Oh. I'm really glad to have got that done before season's end. I like the Elden Ring reference as well. What's the other one we got? Not the Let Me Solo one. The other one. Go back, goddammit. I want it. Game. Hunting the Hunter. Release him before the next... Oh, right. I see, it's 3 feats of strength in one. That's not where the title comes from. Again, if you're going to do unique achievements for it, you might as well slap an extra title or something on there. Feels good, though. Right, before we end the stream, what I'm going to do is I want... Siren Isle outfit ready for next week. So I'm looking... Something... My God, the baseline outfit's all over the place. I'm looking something piratey. Tend not to go with hats. What I think I want first then is these orange pirate tassels. Ooh, judgment boots kind of go with that. Ooh. Judgment one's nice for it. It's nice for it. It's not quite there. That colour works better. Discovery belt. Discovery belt works alright. But the judgment gloves don't quite do it. They were a slightly different colour. And I'm looking for explorer-y type things. But I don't want to be full plate and battle ready. Bit of furs, it doesn't quite go with the colour. It's just a little bit off. Hang on. Hold on gloves for now. Explorer tabard, that kind of go. If it didn't clip in with me boots, god damn it. That requires a different belt to avoid the clipping. It kind of works. Would do the Tears Guard. I do always like having the silver hand one, to be fair, though. Thunderlord's Finery over the top of it's a bit much, given how it all sticks through and about. The tassels over the top. A little silly. Scarf's not bad with it. Little lightning shoulders, the coif around the neck, I don't mind that at all for it. There's some weird stuff with the tabard though. And those little belts are just kind of peering over it for some reason. It covers up the gems from that one. Kind of works with the colour scheme, actually. But then you got some green poking through the back. No, 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 no. Chainmail might just be the way to go. Can't really go wrong with the chainmail. There are more. Too vivid. How many lights? Just too much. Expeditioning again? The scales are a bit much. Explorer's not bad with it. Again, the belts kind of do something a bit funky with it, but I don't mind that. Pirate cape. Explorative cape. Don't mind the aspirants one. We've kind of got cape and Ford going on at the back, though. Doubling up on the Plunderlord one seems a bit much. Take our chicken with us. Just take the earthen backpack. Blue and white on the shoulders, maybe? Not too bad. Thunderlord on just the one? Or can we get somewhere else? A little much. That's okay. I haven't really tried that set yet. It's also nice. Oh, the yellow colour on those cape shoulders is just a little bit different. Didn't quite go. Too much floatiness. Can't have it floaty like that on both sides. I'm going to use the same one again. I like the gladiator one a lot. It just, again, doesn't feel as explory as much as it does gladiatorial combat. The yellow lion on this side. What's the other one? The other one would have been the bird, right? Yeah, I don't think we want the bird as much. Hang on, which is my sword swinging arm? That one. Let's try it the other way around. I'm conflicted. Do you lean with your weapon when you swing? I'm here holding my two hands together, trying to mimic a swing in the air, being like, hang on, which shoulder would I be running forward with? That does feel just a little bit much. I was kind of happy with the other one. I think it worked pretty well. Okay, then we just need to figure out gloves and a weapon. Are the judgment boots working? Not as well as some of the others. Like, that colour still works better. No, too much, too much. That's spiking through the other bits. The slippers. No, thank you. Not quite there. I think they work better. Right, gloves. Could do some on my wrists as well. Got anything fancier? How far's that clipping? Too much. The watch. The watch all depends on what gloves cover it. You know, because most will absolutely just cover it. With lesser gloves, like, you know, not beefy gloves though, it still feels like, why on earth would you be wearing a watch? Close, but no dice. Too much, not orange enough. And for whatever reason, the watch works on them. Why? The yellow of that shoulder isn't quite the orange though, is it? Everything else is just that little bit more orangey. It's that parrot wing. I mean, it does do a bit of something to the outfit. I just think it sticks out a little too much. That sticks out too much. Like literally floating off the arm. The earthen stuff isn't just tied to dwarves then. That's pretty nice. Worth doing the starting zone. Kind of weird to have just a basket on one shoulder. I don't mind it horribly. Not the orange. See, now that orange is too vivid. That yellow's too yellow. Can we go the white instead? I think I'll try that. Alright, weapon. You're orangey, but you're not exactly pirate themed, are you? Might be an excuse to wear the gladiator's blade. Still don't know how I feel about the watch and these gloves, to be perfectly honest. I don't have many that are going to match the colour, though. No, they are. They're too much and too big. I don't need it to have the watch necessarily. I just want this outfit for the Sirens Isle to look eye as we're going through. We're not going to be upgrading any gear past the ring. Body's still riding the wave of finally beating Zekvir, though. Chainmail again? Surely not. They can't go through with us for free outfits. That seems like a lot, chainmail. Right, what about something beefier then? A little bit. Shiny Hallow Fall gloves help. I mean, it gives a sense of we have come through and fought with the Arathi and we're going on this expedition with them. I still like the idea of a backpack. Lightning first sticking through Shen's hat. Kind of pokes through that one in a way that I don't like. I always like the sleeping bag, but that's not going to work with those. Ridiculous cog. No. Not really bringing leaves with me. The autumn colours, that's not bad at all, actually. I've never really worn one of these on my back, though, other than a backpack. And I'm just, like, I've got to remember you're looking at your character from the back the whole time. Still just prefer a cape. Oh. You know what? That works pretty well. I don't think when I've got all the busy work on the front, I need the backpack as well. Let me get some longer braces. Not any that are going to actually get up there. It's fine. Just pick whatever there. Right. Pirate sword. There was definitely a plunder sword, wasn't there? These are pirate. It's Kultiran blades. That Valajar one that got massively reduced in size. Yellow's always an excuse for the corrupted Ashbringer. It's not quite on theme though, is it? Where were those plunder swords? Oh, big old cutlass. Didn't go with it. The Kultiran ones do a bit better job. I don't think we're going to get much better than that for it. Have a quick glance through some of the older stuff. Between plate shoulders and two-handed swords, those are probably the collections I have the most of. There's always more that could be gained. I do love having the old lion heart, though. Ages for me to craft that damn thing. Especially way back when. And I do... That version of the Legion artifact where it's like lightninged and cracked open, I do really like. I only ever got the one colour for the damn thing, so I can't really use it in a lot of places. Torn between the Cutlass and the Valajar one. There are going to be Vicruel on the island. Cutlass seems more on theme, but the Vicruel blade, colour-wise, actually goes with more of the outfit. No, it's a toss-up. Hang on. More subtle, please. Yeah. Yeah, I'm alright with that 830 gold. Ridiculous. You bloody ethereals. Making such bank off the player base. Let's give this a go. Why? No, I'm good. Thank you. Don't know how I get a miscellaneous invite with the chat turned off, but sure. Alright. That's not looking too bad. We're ready for the Siren Isle there. Got a little bit of clipping, but nothing crazy. Very good. Alright then, folks. With double question mark Zekvir out of the way. With that, I'll say thank you very much for watching. Those of you who've come along live and those who'll watch later, cheers for giving me your time. Enjoyed yourselves, don't forget to hit that like button. Helps push the content through the algorithm so more folks can come join us, hang out, play some games, enjoy some stories together. Subscribe for more content here on the channel. On the weekdays we're at 9 AM UK time with World of Warcraft, 6 PM in the evening with other games. At the moment we're going through an indie stealth game from 2012 and remastered in 2018 called Mark of the Ninja, where you can watch my absolutely horrendous stealth skills, i.e. none at all. It's horrendous, but it's a lot of fun. And you can find playlists to all the games we've already covered right here on the channel to binge to your heart's content. So until next time, folks, much love, take care, and bye-bye.